Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fire Behavior for the Bella Vista Fire Department. I'm Training Chief Scott Cranford, and I have with us Captain Brandon Early and Captain Seth Calick going to be assisting today. And for the crew, they're going to be here answering questions and also here in a learning/support function, right? So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and light our box here. Again, this is the third time we've done it, so have some patience with us. And I know several instructors that have burned 50 to 100 of these type of structures, and every one of them turned out just a little bit different. But we'll try and explain some of the things that we see and that we're going through, and some of the smoke behavior and flow paths that we create, and how ventilation has an effect on this structure. All right, if you guys want to gather around closer, I mean, it's not going to get too hot. And too hot in the fashion that if you get close, obviously it will. Just try not to trip over the camera if you can keep from it. We use just a little bit of wood. We've reinforced the room in that back, that lower left, with a little bit more wood on the sides. It's going to pretty much, besides that small amount of fuel that's in there, the walls will heat up enough to off-gas. And you'll see really with this particular burn how gas is mainly the fuel as it moves through this structure, and then the actual structure becomes the fuel. Not too much different than a regular structure fire in some senses. Now this room in the upper left, this has no entrances. It's blocked on the side, blocked in the front here, blocked on the bottom. And a little bit later on the prop will show just a room not having any fuel in it can have enough smoke build up in that, and that smoke becomes fuel. And how we can see smoke gas ignition occur. Now, pyrolysis, flash point, ignition point, all that good stuff. Fire's got to get to a point where it's self-sustaining, right? Got to have that fire tetrahedron in place, that fuel, oxygen, heat, and that chemical chain reaction. Notice the smoke that you see coming out. Now obviously out of the fire room, you're looking right into it, and we're using a little bit of a starter log, which gives it the black color. But if you were using legacy items, not very much fuel, no synthetics in there, okay, take a little bit longer to burn. You'd probably see the white smoke. If this were a sealed up building, you see the white smoke start to rise to where? The roof edges, maybe coming out the soffit. Laminar or turbulent smoke at this time? Laminar. Yeah, laminar. Yeah, very laminar, very light. But yet we already know that they got a pretty decent fire in this lower left part of the building. Light smoke, should we be concerned when we arrive on the scene to see light smoke showing? Okay. What are the three ways heat and smoke and all that stuff transfers? What was that just in here? Radiation. Radiation's one, right?
Conduction.
Line of sight. So he's radiation, but when he gets behind me, the radiation stops, right? Conduction. Is that from what? Heat from one room to the next, directly touching, going right to the surface. And what was the other one? Convection. Convection. And convection, is that pretty, could that be a pretty dangerous form of heat transfer in fire? Yeah, solid to solid, solid to gas, liquid to gas, gas to gas. All the different ways that heat can transfer, and not only from there, but go into another area of that building. Okay, so it's very important that we kind of start to understand a little bit about fire and what's occurring. How big is that fire going? Good in there? Oh, that's good. Let's go ahead and open up the lower left or the lower right compartment. Now there is a door that goes to this compartment, but if I open this up, that door shut, I don't see much smoke really pushing out that side yet, right? Could I get into that room and do a VEIS real quick? Yep. What are some things I'm looking for when I first see smoke? Go ahead and put the window back on that real quick. If I open up this door, what am I looking for? What kind of flow? Go ahead and shut it. Right here, what do they call that line right there?
The neutral plane.
The neutral plane. I see smoke coming out, and what's going into the bottom?
Right here.
So I have bidirectional flow. I've got to be able to identify a neutral plane that I can get under, and bidirectional flow is a way we can do that. So open that window back up, and let's just show you as we open up the door to this room from the inside. Go ahead. Yeah, right there, perfect. Did you get it yet? Just let down. Okay. All right. Look at the gases come out. That clear to the white, clear gases that you see coming out of that room right now. Now go and close it completely. No. You leave yours open. Close this one completely. Fire room. As you see that clear gas, that's unburned fuel at that time. Okay. Is that lambent or is it starting to push? Okay. What are you going to start to see since that's the only exit at this point for that fire to come out? What's going to start coming out that window?
Fire.
Fire. Absolutely. Now, do you have your torch on you? Let's see if that's hot enough in there. If it's hot enough throughout that entire region to light that smoke off. It may not be rich enough to sustain it. You see how it lights up briefly? But the room's not been going long enough. It's not hot enough just to necessarily sustain that area. So we're going to build it up just a little more. Crack that. Go ahead and cover that back up. Yeah, there we go. Put it about a quarter open. There you go. And he's going to try and wet down every now and then just the outside surface to keep it from burning up the exterior of the box. Don't go in the room though if you can. Okay? Now, we don't have this room open up here. Let's go ahead and right now, does it make a difference? When I open a door to a structure fire, when we open a door, what can that be considered again? Ventilation. Is it a ventilation opening? Because I'm introducing what into it? Oxygen. Fresh oxygen. So let's go ahead and close the door for just a minute, or down to about an eighth. I need to VEIS. Somebody in this Division 2 Alpha Delta corner. Let's go ahead and pull that open. Now there's no door open to this room. Let's see if there's... Now hold the fire up there. See if it lights off. Maybe a little bit. It's starting to build up, but we have a door technically closed on the inside. Now, you probably wouldn't see if it was a sealed up home of today, that much smoke coming out from it. But if I got in there, I went in there, first thing I did was make sure what was closed. The door. Do a quick search. Somebody at the end of the ladder is looking at the thermal imager camera, and they're double checking to see if they can see victims while they're communicating at the same time. Okay, now open that door up on the inside. That door open. Yep. See, what difference do we have here? Now I have an exit. Okay? Now go ahead and open up down here the fire room. Let's throw this in here. Some of the polyethylenes, polystyrenes. See a little bit of a color change. What type of flow coming out and going in? What do they call that?
Bidirectional.
Bidirectional flow. Let's go ahead and shut this down to an eighth. And open up that upper right. Okay? Turbulent or laminar?
Turbulent.
Now if we open the vent up to do a fire attack, did it start to push faster and faster? And what happened? We had flashover, and now those smoke, that superheated gases came out that window. And does it make a difference if I have someone VEISing up here and somebody opens the front door just to take the hose in?
Very much. Yeah.
So controlling the openings is vital, especially when you get to a temperature of that fire you need to control. Let's put the door back on upper one here, and let's close that down to an eighth. You can put the floor, I'll leave the floor out for now. Now let's open up, close this one down real quick. We snuff it, it's okay. Open up the room that doesn't have any openings. Let's take a look. Look at that. Look at that. Laminar, or is that getting to the turbulent point?
Turbulent.
No fuel, and this floor is not compromised. All you got is leaks and seals coming up from the walls. Heck, you can find that in different types of older construction. Put a flame torch to that, see what happens. Close. That'll work too. Okay, close that door and see, put a flame to that upper, see if it's rich enough to burn. Can you light it off? Look at that clear, bubbly gas. Now, would one person go get me a thermal imager camera and turn it on and bring it out here? Not enough really ignited off, so it's not that black smoke yet. So we're starting to get a little idea of that, the black turbulent coming out. Probably more sustainable, more hotter. This brown mid-level pushing out. It's going to light off, but it's probably not going to sustain at that point. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and close all doors and open up Close all the doors, and we're going to open up the attic on the gable end. Just nope. Except we'll do the gable end first. There we go. And let's go ahead and vent. Let's open up the top. Leave that. Go ahead and leave that off for just a second. Let it get hot. And he's going to open up the roof. He's not done the sheetrock yet. Just opens up the roof. Boom. I got a hole in the roof. How big at least?
At least 4 by 4.
At least 4 by 4. 4 by 4 feet.
4 by 8.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, whatever square feet, more the better, right? That's not necessarily cooling the structure, right? Because we see fire underneath. So does ventilation always equal cooling? No, absolutely not. So go ahead and put the door back on this now that we saw the fire. And let's pop through the sheetrock. Now he pops through the sheetrock. If you can get this thing to go back on there. A little too tight on the box.
That bottom went back off on its own.
Did it? All right. Yep. Now, there you go. Pops through the sheetrock. How fast that smoke going?
Very turbulent.
All right. Check inside the room there. Thermal imager. Tell me what temps you got.
We got 932.
932 degrees. Check out the roof right there. You just popped the hole. Close it down to about an 8. Close the door all the way for a minute. Watch the speed of the smoke. Does it make a difference in controlling the openings, even on the nozzle person going into the house? All right. Close the vent on the roof. Close the sheetrock. And close the fire room door. Get ready to grab all doors, gentlemen. On the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Smoke it up.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's still putting out 9, 10. What's that all down to that white puffy smoke coming out there? Okay. Boom. About 15 seconds. Do you see it? Yeah. Comes right out. Go ahead and close it right back up. Again, this room's not supposed to have anything in it over here yet. That flashed. Just leaking up through little spaces, off-gassing into that room. Don't watch, you're going to push it over. And you want to close the door completely for a second. Let's burn that as an aid. Here, put that out real quick. Let's give it a little air so it can burn. There you go. Let that burn real quick. See if you can get it hot in there. You see it puffing?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's it want?
Air. Oxygen.
Yeah. Yellowish staining of the smoke coming out. You'll see a little puffing coming out. Okay. Woo! What do you think? Let's starve it again. Yes, I still have my eyebrows. Please God, I hope I do.
They're there.
All right, now go ahead and snuff it out a little more. Snuff it out a little. All right. It's super hot in there right now, right? You ready to take all the doors off? Hold on, let me get that. Let me put that front side out real quick. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Take it off. Boom. Timing is a big issue. Super hot inside that structure fire, starving for oxygen. Temperature.
Greater than 932.
Greater than 932. Okay. Now close up this window, all the windows, and open the roof vent back up. Any luck? Yeah. Without burning yourself. Roof vent and open up the sheetrock. Give me a temperature on that that smoke coming out of there. Go up closer if you need to. Sorry. Sorry. Lo, what'd you see? Would you see that?
Yeah.
That's wild stuff, man. Pull the gable in. Let's cut the sheetrock. Go ahead and close the sheetrock.
About 300 degrees.
It hasn't impinged the ceiling yet. We still don't see much coming out of that. Open up the door now. We go in the structure fire. Boom.
We can listen to that color change too.
Okay. Take it. Now we've had a failure of the floor just above into that room. Now, if you guys want to play at the openings, you're more than welcome to at this time. But I want to get across, ventilation does not necessarily mean what?
Cooling.
Cooling. Okay, ventilation without what is very dangerous?
What?
Water application. Ventilation without water application. So, let's open up the vent at the top, the sheetrock. Okay? Give me the hose for a sec. Is that all the way? Just one little squirt. One little squirt. Slowed the smoke down. Another one. Another one. Straight stream. Okay. Imagine doing that 20 seconds, 30 seconds or more, the straight stream big water droplets into a structure fire. It's going to make a big difference. Ventilation coordinated with water application is the key to being successful on a structure fire. You have to identify the flow path of the fire. Your job on scene is to make the building behave. You're the professionals at understanding what's happening. Identify a flow path. If you cannot, create one and control it. Know that if any doors are open, that's a vent path. What if I'm up here working on this floor here, and let's just open that here. I'm up there working. I know you're not going to be working in those conditions, but let's open up the lower right. Okay. Yeah. Look how much faster. So a window fails or door fails and you didn't coordinate that, right? That just happens naturally or accidentally or by nature's call when you're working a structure fire. Know that in any change in this building, a window or another door opens, it's now something more dangerous that you have to be aware of. Inside this house, did you identify every door and window that you're going past as a means of egress for you to get out quick if you're in that sideways chimney? If you're on a stairwell, does it make a difference? Yeah, that stairwell could be the only thing leading from the top floor to the bottom that's not compromised. Or an easy access for that fire and gas event. Just look at the smoke there. Hold a torch to that, see if it lights off. Doesn't look thick and black enough, brown, but this may be hot enough inside. What do you think? Do you believe that smoke is fuel now? The timing makes a big difference. The longer it's had time to burn and build and the temperature increases, all we need to add to it is that heat source. If it's went out, all we have to do is add air and maybe another heat source to it to get it going again. Can smoke go to another area of the structure and cause what's called a smoke gas ignition?
Yes.
Yeah, very, very scary stuff. In fact, they said in less than, 4 minutes? That you can have flashover. Your polyethylenes and polystyrenes are at mid 400 degrees. On flash, your gear is much better than that. You're not going to feel it. All right, you guys want to play with the knobs and see how far you can get this thing to go, or flash, or we can get it to go.
It's already burned out in the back.
And the bottom.
Yeah.
See if we can get this to come out. Oops. Oh, that side too.
Woo,
that one too.
The windows out, man.
Does one of y'all want to mess with it?
Good, watch.
Surround and drown, right? Going all the way to the bottom. You guys enjoyed it all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, John. You don't get to see this every day. Get some neat stuff, just some hands-on, eyes-on. Look at that pushing out of front. All right, that's a great idea. Let's get a group shot, everybody. Jump in front of it. 2 on the sides, everybody else kneel down in the middle. This is the camera. Here, I'll take it for you. Got it? Camera. Yeah.